Hello, everyone. Welcome back to web.dev. This is now the afternoon session, and we've got 3 exciting speakers lined up for you today. So our first speaker is Mehdi Kasilo Baluyot, who is a computer technology educator from St. John's School, all the way from KB. She has taught different programming languages such as C++, Java, Arduino, and QBasic. And today, she'll be sharing about how you can get started with HTML for beginners. On to you, Mehdi.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is my voice clear?
Loud
Is
and
it
clear.
loud enough?
Yep.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. So, I am Mehdi Castillo Baluyot. So, I'm going to present to you HTML for beginners. Okay, so I designed this talk for beginners. Okay. So, just to give some background about myself. So, 2015, I got my degree in computer education from Technological University of the Philippines. And then 2017, I earned some units in master's degree in educational management from Polytechnic University of the Philippines. So I have been teaching computer technology since 2015. And then I taught various programming languages such as Visual Basic, C++, Java, Arduino. Okay, and then, sorry. So I started working here in Brunei last year, March 2019, as a computer science teacher. Okay, so let's start the topic. So HTML, the full form of HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. When we say hypertext, so this is a computer readable file. Okay, and then markup is like the process of converting or structuring the hypertext into something. So in this case, HTML. So the codes will form a web page. So HTML is coding your own web page. So we are going to use various tags, HTML tags. So later we will discuss it. And then HTML also is a stepping stone to all programming language, since that HTML is about coding. So if you start learning HTML, so it's like you will also have a background to code also in using other programming language. But HTML is not a programming language because it doesn't have the logic. In HTML, there is no data structure, logical statements, something like that. Okay, so for us to code HTML, so the applications that we need to use is the Notepad or the Notepad++ and a web browser. Okay, so Notepad is the standard application in Windows. And then if you're using a Mac, the Mac OS, so you can use the text edit. So text edit is the equivalent application of Notepad in Mac. And then Notepad++, this is a free application software. So you can find it, you can download it on internet, but be sure that you download safely. So just to show you the difference between Notepad and Notepad++. So this is the Notepad++. Can you see it on the screen? And then this is the typical Notepad. So as you can see, in Notepad++, there are various menu here on the toolbox, on the tool menu. And then in Notepad, so it's just simple, it's just a simple word processing application software. And then, so HTML basic tags. So here are the preliminary HTML tags, meaning this tag should be present on an HTML file. So the first one is the HTML tags. Okay, so when we say tags, so here are the, or these are the codes which are enclosed in angular brackets. Angular brackets for the opening tag, and then for the closing tag, it should have the slash. Okay, so HTML tag. So this is the identification for the file that it is an HTML file. And then next is the head. So again, there is an opening tag and then the closing tag. So head, we use this to write the main title of the web page. So we need to write the main title of the web page within these tags. So later I will show you. And then the title tag. So title tag is for us to write the name of the window tab. So again, within or in between these tags, we are going to write the title of the window tab. And then we have the body. So within the body tag, so this is where we are going to code the main contents of the web page. And then next we have the meta tag. So that the tags used are meta, or the tag used is meta tag. And then, so here are the attribute names for the meta tag. First, we have the author. So this is the sample HTML statement for us to use the author meta tag. So for example, the author, or I will create a web page. So I am the author. So I will write here my name because I am the author of the web page. So if the people will search my name on search engine, so if they search Maydi, so my web page will be indexed or will be the one of the choices for the users to open or to launch. And then we have the description attribute or name. So here's the example HTML statement. So the content, how to cook buttered mixed vegetable. So for example, the user will search how to cook buttered mixed vegetable. So my web page will be one of the choices for them to open. And then the keyword tag. So in keyword meta tag, you can write various or multiple keywords. For example, here, mixed vegetable, cooking, foxy, or chef. So basically, meta tag will or help search engines index the web page. And then, so here are some other HTML tags that we may use. So the H tag, so H tag can change the font size. And then in H tag, so we can have this as H1, H2 until H8. So H1 is the biggest font size, then H8 is the smallest font size. And then we have the B tag. So using the B tag will make the text bold. Then I tag for making the text italicized, and then P for making paragraph. So as you can see, these tags has the opening and closing tag. So be sure that the letters are enclosed with angular brackets, and then the closing tags with the slash. You can browse other HTML tags on internet. So there's a lot of HTML tags. But in this talk, in this webinar, so I'll just show you some, the common HTML tags. Okay, so UL tag and OL tag. So we can use this tag to write lists. First, we can write the unordered list and then the ordered list. In unordered list, the UL tag will be used. So when we say unordered list, the list will use bullets. And then for the ordered list, so OL tag, so ordered list uses the consecutive numbers. And then within the UL or OL tags, so we will use the LI tag. So LI tag will be used for us to list the items inside the ordered list and ordered list. So for us to learn how to code HTML, I'm going to show you HTML tag. So for us to start coding HTML, so I'm going to use the Notepad++ because Notepad++ is specially designed for coding. But still, you can do coding in a standard Notepad. Okay, so let's start with the preliminary tags. So let's start with the HTML. So here. So the opening tag should be on top, then the closing tab should be on the bottom. And then next is the head. So again, on the head, so this is the main title of the web page. So what will be the main title of the web page? So let's just make this demonstration web page. And then the title. So the title will be the name of the tab. So let's just name it demo web page. And then the body. So the body opening tag should be on top. And then the closing body tag should be on the bottom. So within this or in between this body tag, within these body tags, So this is where we are going to write the main contents of the web page. Okay, so but later we will just write the contents. Okay, so if we're done with the preliminary tags for this HTML tag, so file, let's save the file as HTML. So you write the file name. I will name this file as demonstration web page. And then please take note of this. If you are going to save an HTML file, don't forget to make it, or to make the file extension name as .html. So file name .html. So in this case, the file name is demonstration webpage.html. Okay. And then the file will be a web browser file. So I'm going to launch it. So now this is the web page, or the initial design of our web page made by HTML. So here we can see the main title. So here's the main title, demonstration web page. And then this is the title. So the name of the window tab, which is demo web page. Okay, so again, the main title is demonstration web page. Then the reflected or the displayed title name of the window tab is demo web page. Okay, so let's create now the main contents of the HTML, or the main contents of the web page. So let's add the meta tag so that our web page will be indexed when we search the keywords, the author, and the description on search engines. So the meta tag should be inside the head tags. So let's copy and paste the author meta tag, then the description meta tag, and the keyword meta tag. Okay. And then let's try these HTML tags, the common one, the common HTML tags. So let's try the H. So let's make this H1, the demonstration web page. So again, this is the main title of our web page. So let's see the output. So just save the file and then go back to your browser, then reload it. So we can notice that the text became bigger because we use the H1 tag. Now let's see the difference of H2 or H8 so that we can see. So I changed this from H1 to H8. Let's see the output. Load. Okay, so it became small again. So let's just use H2. Okay. So this is the font size now of the main title. And then next we have the the bold text or the B tag. The B tag, the I tag, and then the P tag. So I want to create a web page about cooking a recipe. So we are going to create a web page using HTML about a recipe on how to cook buttered mixed vegetable. Sorry. So in this kind of web page, we need to show the ingredients and then the procedure. So for us to show the ingredients, we can just use the unordered list tag. And then for the procedure or the instructions, we should use the ordered list. Okay. So let's start on creating the main contents of this web page. So let's start with the P tag. So we are going to create a paragraph. And don't forget the closing tag of P tag. Okay, and then let's apply the bold, the P tag. And let's apply also, sorry, I tag or the italicized tag. Then save the file. And then let's reload our web page. Okay, so since that we write contents inside the body tag, so this is now the paragraph. So this web page shows how to cook mixed vegetables with grilled eggs. So we forgot the full stop. Okay, there it is. Okay, and then let's create now the ingredients. So another P tag. So ingredients, then closing tag. Save the file and then let's see. So ingredients. So in making the unordered list, so we are going to use the UL tag. So let's start with the UL. And then the closing tag. Then we are going to use the LI tag to list the items. So what do we need to cook this recipe? Then another LI tag. So this is not my own recipe. So this recipe is courtesy of www.foxyfoxy.com. So now we are listing the ingredients to cook this recipe. So let's just keep on writing LI for us to list the ingredients. So the last one, since our recipe includes quail eggs, so this one, 20 pieces quail eggs, so banyak. Okay, so in HTML, if we got the opening tag, we should have closing tag. So let's write the closing tag for LI, for list tags. Okay. So save the file and then reload the web page. I hope it works. Okay. So now we got the ingredients. So since that we use the unordered list, so we can notice here that the list, the items are listed in bullet form with the use of bullets. Now let's proceed to the instructions on how to cook this recipe. So giving instructions should be procedural. So we should use the OL tag or the ordered list tag. So again, we have the OL opening tag and then the OL closing tag. So just like what we did in an ordered list, so let's list the items in using the LI tag. So later we will just write the closing tag for LI. So we got 5 steps to cook this recipe according to foxyfoxy.com. So last step, transfer to a serving plate. So, and then, jangan lupa to write the closing tag for LI, for the list tag. Okay, so we are done with the ordered list tag. So let's save the file, then just reload the web page. So here's the instruction. So if we put in ingredients here, let's put instructions here first, the word instruction. So before we start the OL tag, so P, another paragraph, then write instructions. So there it is. Save again, Control S or click File Save. Then reload the web page. So now, this is the output of our HTML codes. So let's just change the main title. So let's name this. That should be the title of this web page. So mixed vegetables with quail eggs. there it is. So we change the title, the main title of the web page into mixed vegetables with quail eggs. So if you get my PowerPoint presentation file, so you can try it on your computer. So again, let's go back to the HTML codes we have here. So our HTML code started with the HTML tag. So this is the HTML tag. So opening tag, and on the bottom, we have the closing HTML tag. And then followed by the head tag. So head tag, so within these tags, we write the main title of the web page, which is mixed vegetables with quail eggs. And then the meta name, the meta tag should be within this tag also, within the head tag. So we use the author meta tag, description meta tag, and content or the keyword meta tag. So the meta tag will help your web page be indexed when the user search it on search engines. So for example, the user search maybe on search engines. So this web page will be one of the choices for the viewers to open. And then when they search how to cook buttered mixed vegetable, so again, the web page will be indexed by search engines. And then using the keyword, so if they just put mixed vegetable or cooking, the word cooking, or if they search foxy, and then the word chef. So this web page will be one of the choices. And then, so after the head tag, we have the title. So the title tag will hold the name of the window tag. So opening tag of title, then the closing tag of title. So after writing the head and the title, so start of the main contents of the web page. So to use this, we enclose or we wrote the main contents of the web page using the body tag. So opening tag of the body, and then we have the closing tag of the body. And then to write the contents, so start with P. P is paragraph. And then to make the text bold, use the B tag. And then to make it italicized, use the I tag. So this part is a paragraph, and then this part is another paragraph. So if you're going to see here on the web page, on the output, so this one is one paragraph, and then this one is another paragraph. And then, so the use of unordered list. So to use unordered list, use UL tag, opening, and then closing. And then to list the items within the unordered list, use the LI tags. So that's it. And then we got another paragraph here. So the word instructions. And then we use the OL tag. So OL tag is ordered list. So list that uses consecutive numbers. So for the instructions, we use the OL because it's procedural. So we should follow the procedure from step 1 until to the last step. So just like the UL tag, we use LI or the list tag within the OL tag. I just put the colon for the instructions. And then let's reload the web page. So there it is. So again, this is the output of our HTML codes. So this is the end of the presentation. So we will now answer your questions about this topic.
Thank you, Meili, for that lovely presentation. We do have some questions from the audience. So the first question is, what do you recommend for beginners to improve their skills in web development?
For beginners who wants to enter the world of web development, so HTML can be a stepping stone for you. So HTML is like the basic, or you can say the most basic coding. So if you mastered coding in HTML, so you can use other application software for the like the updated one. So that's it.
So you believe people should start with HTML first, then go on to more complex things, maybe with frameworks or something?
Yes, like that.
Okay. So what would the roadmap be like for somebody who's new to web development? So first would be HTML, then what would you recommend them to try next?
Okay, so for example, they mastered the coding in HTML or other frameworks, so they should know also as beginners on how to make the contents of their web page effectively for the viewers of that web page.
Okay, got it. Next question is, somebody would like to know, is there a limit to how much you can put in the keyword meta tag?
There's no limit. So in writing the keywords in meta keyword tag, so just remember to separate the keywords using the comma.
Okay. Next question is, sorry, it's shifting around a bit. Somebody would like to know, shouldn't the title tag be in the head tag?
The title tag should be in head tag. Can also, the title tag, we can also put the title tag in head tag. So, but if we put it outside the head tag, so we can see here that it still works.
What is the difference between putting it in the head tag versus the outside of the head tag? Or should you even put it in the body tag?
Okay, so let me try it. Wait. Okay, so I tried to put the title tag inside the head tag. So let's see the difference. So it's still the same. So we can write the title tag be inside the head tag or outside the head tag.
Got it. Next question is, somebody would like to know what is the difference between HTML and CSS?
Okay, so HTML is like, we can say that it is the person, the human. And then CSS is the accessories, the clothes of the human. So in HTML, so just like what we did here, so it's just a simple display of the text on the web page. But if you are going to use CSS, so we can change the other features of this HTML. So for example, if we are going to use CSS here on the unordered list, so we can change the circle bullets into square bullets. And then if you're going to use the CSS in ordered list, so we can make this numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into letters. So that's it. So CSS is like the accessory for the HTML, like the design of the HTML.
Got it. We've got another question. Somebody would like to know, is the keyword for Google, I assume it's they meant, does Google use the keyword for search indexing?
Will you repeat that question?
I think somebody asked, is the keyword for Google? I assume the question is, does Google use keywords to index web pages?
Google uses the keywords.
The keyword as in the meta tags.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the question is about the meta tags. So if we use the meta tag in a web page, so for example, the author, the description, and then the keyword. So it will just help the search engines to use these words, such as the author, the description, and the keyword.
Okay, got it. Do you have any tips on SEO and how to make a page more searchable? So I guess keywords is one. Are there any other suggestions?
So maybe to make a web page more searchable, so this one, so you may use the meta tag, and then Sometimes it goes also about the design of your web page, on how accurate are the contents, is it effective, something like that. Is the or the is the are the contents related to the topic, something like that.
One more thing is sometimes I notice when I send links to people on WhatsApp, sometimes when I type in the link, nothing happens. But sometimes when I type in the link, a little picture pops up or a little preview of the page pops up. Does this have to do with meta text and how it would let, for example, when you type in a link, it'll know, okay, I should show this preview, this image as a preview of this page.
Does it mean the user when they type in the links on WhatsApp, sometimes it has the preview, sometimes it doesn't have?
Yes. Is it because some of the pages, they have certain tags and that makes the page more user-friendly, so you can actually see a little preview of what's in the page before?
Sometimes some applications. So for example, the user types in, for example, they type some links. That application can detect the preview of the link, and then sometimes it cannot detect. So it's like it's within the application.
Okay.
So it's like it's up to WhatsApp. It's up to the WhatsApp app if it can detect the entered link or it cannot detect.
Okay, got it. I think that is all the questions. So if anybody else has more questions for Maybe, please just drop them in Slido or the chat and maybe we'll get back to you. So thank you very much, Maybe, for the lovely presentation. And we will now move on to the Kahoot quiz. On to you, Sheila. Thank you. guys, for the newcomers, gentle reminder to please use your real name so that we can identify you to give you your prizes.
Okay. Sorry. Just now my headphone have problem with audio. Okay. So please use your real name, because if you win, we will identify you. So I think NA, can you use your real name so we can know yeah. And also title, I think. So please use your real name, please. So we can know who are so that you can when you win, you can gain the you can get the prize. You need to so for the first time user, you just need to go to kahoot.it in your mobile browser and then key in the pin number that has shown on the screen. Yes, you need to refer to the Zoom also, because you will refer the questions from the Zoom. As for the answer, you need to refer from your Kahoot. Uh, title, please use your real name because we can't identify you. So I think that's all for 12 players already. So I'm gonna start the game. Okay, so this topic is about HTML for beginners. So the first questions, what is the full form of HTML? So is it the Hey Text Me Letter, or the holistic transmission of meta language, or the hyperlink the markup language, or the last one is the hypertext markup language. So the answer is hypertext markup language. So it seems that you all seems like focus on what Mehdi has mentioned about the full of HTML. So the first winner is Sha. Okay, Sha. Okay. And the next question is, what are the symbols used in the writing of the HTML text? So is it angular brackets or asterisk curly brackets or the square brackets? Okay, most of you all got correct. Okay, so the answer is angular brackets. Okay. So how about the okay? Oh, Omar, you got the second place and followed by Cuts. Okay. Okay. The next question, please. Shami wants to make the text on his webpage bold. What HTML text should be used? Is it A or B or the I or the meta tag? Okay. So the answer is B actually. You need to use the B tag actually to make your text become bold. So how about Fadi, you got the third place, okay, and Shah still in the first winner. So the next one in HTML, what do you call a list that uses consecutive numbers? So is it consecutive, numerical, ordered, or unordered? So for the first time, click the colors that you think that is correct. So the answer is ordered, which is the yellow one. Okay. So let's see. Oh, sure. Got the third place and then followed by cards. Okay. The next one. The next question. What is meta tag? So we saw this a lot just now, the meta tag. So is it to help search engine index a page or help to hide the HTML content on internet or make list or the last one make the text italic? So the answer is the right one, which is the help search engine index a page. So I think just now Ching did ask about this one, about the meta tag. So it's very important actually, is for you to the search engine can able to search the important of your website. So who got the okay. So Rahana Mohsin, you got the fourth place, followed by Fadli. Okay. And Shah still in the same position as the first winner. So the next one, how to write the name of the window tab using HTML. So is it the head, the HTML, or the meta tag, or the title? So please remember, press that the color that you think that it is the correct answer. So the answer is the green one, which is title. Okay, so Fali got the third place and also Pat that got number fifth. Okay, the next one, which is not a meta name. So is it author, the date, the description, or the keyword? The answer is date. Wow, okay. So most of you got answer except the other two, but it's okay. So let's see. Oh, Shah still got the first place, and Omar got the second place. Okay. So the next one, question number 8. What tag is used to list the items within the unordered list? Unordered list. Is it CGI, the LI, or MI? Okay, so the answer is the yellow one, which is the LI. So okay, mostly you got the correct answer actually, except the two. Okay, let's see the winners. So Shah still got the first place actually. Okay, so the next one. So this is the second last. What are the application you need to create a HTML file? So is it the image editing software, the Notepad and web browser, the sound editing software, or the video editing software? The answer is the blue one, the Notepad and the web browsers. Well, congratulations, you all got it correct actually. Okay, so how about the position? Okay, so Shah still the winner of this Kahoot. So the next one, the last question. Which statement will produce the biggest font size? So is it HI, the H2, the H3, and the H4? So the answer is H1, of course. Because if is the number has become decreased, the size become small. Of the text become smaller. So most of you got correct except one. Okay, let's see who are the winners for this Kahoot. So the third winner, congratulations to Fadli. Okay, the second winner is Omar, and the first place goes to Sha. Okay. Congratulations for the winners and also for the runner-ups actually. So to Shuab and also Kat. Okay. So I will hand it over to Shing to present the next speakers. Okay.
Thanks, Sheila. Our next speaker is Shanor Nizam from Nextcloud. He's the CTO of Nextcloud Technology, and he uses Laravel and JavaScript plus Node.js professionally. And he's always keen to learn new technologies such as Java Spring Boot, Symfony, and Express.js. Today, he'll be telling us about how you can build a simple Telegram bot using scraped data from a website. On to you, Shanor.
Thank you, Cindy, for that introduction. Okay, before I start, let me share my screen first. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So my name is Shannon Nizam. Before that, I would like to introduce myself. I am the Chief Technological Officer of Nextcloud Technologies. So I am responsible in managing the technical requirement of our client and also training our developers. And also, I am the Vice President of Education from Brunei Speakers Club. It is a Toastmaster club in Brunei. So if you would like to improve your communication and also leadership skill, you can also talk to me by the end of this tutorial. Right? So let me start. Okay. If you would like to understand the material that I'm going to share with you later, so you can visit this repository. It is my GitHub repository, so which explains the content, the material in this tutorial. Okay, so you can just read through and you'll be able to understand all of the web scraping and Telegram bot development throughout this tutorial. Okay, back to the slides. So I would like to explain to you the theory behind web scraping. So to explain that, I want to show to you my code editor. Okay, so for you to scrap an HTML content, obviously you need to have the HTML, all right? So this is an HTML tag which I put in a string in a Python file. Okay, so I have an HTML. Before that, if I talk too fast, please remind me to talk slowly in the chat section so I can talk slowly so everyone can understand. Okay, moving on. So I have an HTML variable. In the variable, I have an HTML text. in the string. Okay, so for me to scrap this HTML tag, I need to create a soup object by using Beautiful Soup. Beautiful Soup is just a library from Python. You need to install it, and then after you install it, you can have access to some Beautiful Soup function for you to scrap some data inside an HTML string. Okay, let me start it. First, I create a soup variable and then call the Beautiful Soup and pass the HTML variable. And then I'm going to pass HTML parser because this is required. Okay, let's say I want to extract the content of this div tag with an ID of header. What I can do is I create a new variable called tag and then soup find me an element inside the HTML tag with an ID of header. All right, so I want to print this one out. Tag.text dot strip save, and then let me bring my where's my Python example. Right, so in this I managed to scrap the hello text from the header tag. Let's say if I want to scrap the text from this body tag, I can just replace this header to body. If I run this code again, you will see I have managed to scrap the text in the body, the ID body tag. Right. Lastly, let's say if I want to extract this footer, I can change the ID to footer and then run it again. You will see that I managed to extract the text copyright in the footer, the ID footer. Okay, let me clear this one up. Now, what if I want to extract all of the content in this div because all of them have the same class, the example class, right? So let me clear this one out. I create a new Python variable text and then call the soup object over here. And then instead of using find, I want to find all text which has the class of example. So I can do find all class underscore equal to example. Okay, no, so let me print this text first. You'll be able to see here that I managed to extract the div text and then put it into an array. Now let's say I want to print out the content, the text in these divs. So I need to loop the array. For that, I can use the for loop tag. For tag in the text, print out the tag, the text of the tag, and then strip. The strip function basically just to remove these white spaces before the tag, so it looks much nicer. And then I want to print an empty string over there, so just to make it look nicer again. All right. As you can see over here, I managed to extract the hello, the lorem ipsum, and the copyright. So that is the basic thing on how are you guys to extract some data from HTML tag. Okay. Back to my slide. All right, same example. Now, what if you want to extract some text, some element inside a website? Previously, I just used a string in the Python file. Now I want to extract some data from BIS Brunei. Okay, so let me show you BIS Brunei website first. All right, this is the BIS Brunei website. I want to extract the title from this BIS Brunei website. I can just copy this one. Okay, and then I create a new variable called URL and then paste the URL into the URL variable. Okay, now for me to get the HTML content of BIS Brunei, I need to have its HTML, obviously. For that, I need to send a GET request to this particular website and then extract the HTML. For me to do that, I need to import a new Python library called request. So request is just a library for you to send a GET request to a website to fetch its content. So I create a new variable called response and then use this request library and then call the get function and pass the URL. And then I create a new variable called HTML and then equal to response.text. Let me print out what we can find in this HTML tag. I save it. and then run my base.py. Clear this one up, Python base.py. Okay, so you can see that I managed to extract all of the HTML text elements inside the website. But I only want to extract the title of the blog post in Biz Brunei. So what I can do is I need to figure out what is the class for this title. So what I can do is inspect element and then click this button. You can see that this particular title, it has the class of entry title and TD module title. All right. So I'm going to copy this class tag. So what I'm gonna do is create a soup object again, beautiful soup, pass the HTML string, which already in here, and then the second argument is HTML parser. It is required. Right. Now I want to find the titles. It will return an array. That's why I use plural form, titles equal to soup dot find all text which has a class of this one. I only need entry title. Save it, and then let me print this one out. Titles. Clear this one first. Right. So I managed to extract the title, but I want the text of the title. So what I can do is loop it again for title in titles. All right. And then I want to get the text. Title dot text dot strip to remove the white space, and then print the text, and then print some empty lines over here, and then run the function again. All right. Okay. So I managed to extract the text of the title in Biz Brunei website. So it's easy. So everyone so far so good? All right. Next, I also would like to show you that website from Borneo Bulletin. If you take a look at it carefully, they actually are using similar theme. The design are so similar. If you look at this, what happened to this Borneo Bulletin? If we inspect this, come on, this Borneo Bulletin, you can see they also have the same tag, the same class, the entry title. So I believe we could use the same link to scrap the content from Borneo Bulletin. So let me go back to my code editor and just replace this URL, and hopefully it works. Clear. Borneo Bulletin is slow today. All right, so I managed to extract the title in Borneo Bulletin. So fun fact, Borneo Bulletin, Biz Brunei, and also Media Permata, they're using the same theme. So you can also do the same thing for Media Permata, right? So that is basically how you're going to extract the content of a website. First, you need to send a GET request to this particular website to get the HTML, and then pass the HTML string into a beautiful soup library and create a soup object. After you create the soup object, you'll be able to extract anything inside the HTML. So far, so good. Everyone's okay? Now, I want to show to you how I'm going to scrap Job Center website. Let me visit to Job Center website first and reload it. Okay, let's say I want to find jobs, an admin job. Right, so if you take a look at this URL bar, you can see that the admin keyword is right after the Q parameter. So if you change this parameter admin to, let's say, programmer, you can search for programmers inside the Job Center website. Let me go down. For some reason, being a cashier is a programmer. You can also look for kitchen. You will get jobs for a kitchen keyword. And lastly, let's try analyst. you will get the job for analyst. So you guys would understand that this is very important for us to find the job position inside job center. You don't really need this one, right? So let me go back to my code editor and open my job center file. All right. So this particular file is almost looks similar to the BIS Brunei that I just showed to you. Okay. So in this get soup function, it almost looks similar to this one. Okay. So get request get URL, request get URL. The URL is over here. Response to a text, and then create a beautiful soup object, and then return the soup. I create this function just because so I can make my function looks nicer and beautiful, and I can call the get soup function in this scrap function, right? So let me put this into a test. So you can see that I have the same link as I've showed you before, and then I'm just going to comment this one out first, just to show you something, right? So I create a job center object, class object. So I call it P. I just call it job center. Okay, it doesn't really matter. So I run the script function, which is here, and then pass the admin keyword. The admin keyword will be passed to the second parameter of the keyword. Don't worry about the self keyword over here because it is just basic Python OOP. You can learn more if you just Google Python OOP, right? So again, the admin keyword will be passed to the second parameter in the script function. So let's see what we let's see how it goes. I clear this one out. Python jobcenter.py, right? Let's hope for the best. All right. So it managed to spit out the list of jobs available in Job Center, which has the keyword of admin. So you can see the salary, the title, the company, the link. So I just have to do some works beforehand. I already know that the company has the class of JP, job post, whatever it has in P tag, in A tag. You can take a look over here, inspect. So if I hover over this, you can see that in each of these boxes, it has a class of JP, job post, man wrapper. The the company title, it is in H4 tag, right? And then the company, the title is in the H4 tag. Okay, so after you get the div, you just have to extract each of the div. You'll be able to understand this better if you read through my repository because I explained it clearly in that repository, right? Okay, so let's say if I want to query for script for programmer jobs, I just change this parameter over here and save it and run the function again. You will see that it will return the programmer job. I don't know why Job Center return driver, chambermaid, whatever, right? So now this is the basic of, this is how you scrap a Job Center website. You can look more in my repository in the GitHub, right? I just want to comment this one out. Now I put this scrapping mechanism in a class, in a class called Job Center, so that I can reuse it in my Telegram bot. Okay. Now we have done with the first part for the tutorial about the web scraping. Now I'm going to move forward on the Telegram bot. Okay. So if you want to create your own Telegram bot, first of all, you need to obviously have a Telegram account, and then find bot founder in Telegram and talk to him, and he will ask you some question, and after that, you will be able to register your bot and get your bot API token. Okay, so just a little bit of theory about Telegram bot. If you want to start your Telegram bot, after you create it, you need to send the start function, and then the bot will assume a default state. Later, I will explain to you what a state is. Okay, a bot can only assume one state at a time. In each state, the bot can only understand a specific set of commands or action from user. So if you have the bot in a particular state, and then we have a user action, the bot will run a certain function. Okay, so let me show you a Telegram. So this is a simple bot. I will show you to you the bot later. Okay, this particular simple bot, it only has a single state called initial. When the bot is in initial state, it can only understand two commands from the user: the start command and any text. Okay, so if you send the start command, the bot will ask the user, "What is your name?" After the bot asks you, "What is your name?" it will return the bot state into the initial state again. Then you can enter your name, for example, Jendo, and then the bot will reply to you, "Your name is Jendo." Okay, so let me give you an example first. Clear this one. Now I'm going to run my simple bot. Okay, now the bot is already started. The bot asks me, "What is your name?" So my name is obviously Shahnur. So the bot replies to me, "My name is Shahnur." So I start again. Jendo, your name is Jendo. Okay, so this is Telegram bot that I just created. So let us have a look at how the code works. Let me open my simple bot.py, right? Okay, so there's a lot of code in here, but don't worry. I want you to pay attention to this main function over here. So the main function over here is the primary way for you to configure your bot. Okay, so don't worry about this one. Just focus on this conversation handler. This conversation handler basically handle how the bot converse to your user. Okay, if you start your bot for the first time, it will execute this function in the entry point. If you send the start command, the bot will execute the start function. Where can we find the start function? It is defined here, the start function. So if I send /start, it will run the start function. The start function will ask the user, "What is your name?" After it asks the user what is your name, it will ask the bot to return the state of the bot into initial state again. Okay. After it asks your name, the bot will assume the state of initial. Okay. And then, okay, so in initial state, the bot can only understand two commands, the start command and anything in the text other than the start command. All right. So if you run the start, if the user send the /start, it will run the start function. Okay. And then after that, if you send your name, it will run the greeting function. The greeting function is defined here, the greeting function. So the Telegram bot will grab your name by using this function, update message text. It will grab the text and then put the text into a name variable over here. And then it will display the name of the user by using this function. Update message reply markdown. Your name is, this is the placeholder, and the name will be put into this placeholder. After it shows the what your name is something something, it will ask the bot to return to a state called initial, right? So let me demo that again. Start. The bot asks your name. What is your name? The bot is in the initial state. And if you send anything other than start, let's say, I don't know, Hantu, whatever, your name is Hantu. All right. So that is it. That is the simple bot demonstration that I want to show to you. Okay. Now, this is the JCP, the Job Center web scraping bot that I'm going to show to you. But before that, I want to explain to you just a little bit how this bot works. Okay, so for this bot, instead of having one state, it has two states. So each of these states, the bot can only understand a certain function. Okay, so when the bot is in initial state, it can only understand the start command, right? Initial state can only understand the start command. When you send the start to the bot, it will ask the user for the keyword. And then after it asks for the keyword, it will ask the bot to assume the state of search vacancies. I cannot see. Search vacancies reply. So when the bot is in the search vacancies reply state, it can only understand the keyword, the job keyword. So when the user query in the job keyword, it will query the jobs in the job center and display to the user, and then return the bot state back to initial. After it return back to initial state, it can only understand the start command. Okay, so initial states can only understand the start command. such vacancies reply state can only understand the keyword. Okay. Okay. Now let me show you the code over here, bot pi. Where are you? Okay. So I'm going to close this one so I won't get headache. Okay, again, so all you need to do is just to focus on the main function first, because main function configures your bot. Okay, so it has two states, initial and search vacancies reply. I also have included some comment here, so you can read that in the repository so you can understand it better, right? So for you to, if you want to create a state, some states, you need to define the states here. So at the beginning of the bot file, I just program that it has two states, which is initial and search vacancies reply. If you want to add another state, let's say state 3, you just have to change this to 3. Then the bot will have 3 states. And then you just have the state 3 over here, state 3. Okay, but I don't want to I don't want to break my bot first before demoing to you, so I'm going to remove this, or else I'll embarrass myself. Wait. Save it. Okay. So the bot has two state, the initial state and the search vacancies reply state. When the bot is in initial state, it can only understand the start command from the user. When the user send the start command, when the bot is initial state, it will run the start function. So in the start function defined here, it will ask the user for the user to enter the keyword. Once it display, please enter your keyword, it will ask the bot to assume the state of search vacancies reply. Okay. When the bot is in search vacancy reply, it can only understand anything other than start, and then if you enter, let's say, admin, it will run the search vacancies function, which is defined here. Search vacancies. Now, I would like to explain to you what the search vacancies function works. Okay. First, it will pass the, you will grab the text from the user by using this function, again, update message text, and then put the text into this variable called search keyword. Okay, after that, I initiate a job center class, which I have created here. Okay, I initiate a job center class and call it platform. Okay, so this platform object can access to certain functions in the job center.py. It can access to script function. It can access the get soup function. In this case, execute the script function and pass the search keyword entered by the user. Okay, so the user entered their keyword and then pass to the search keyword, and will then be passed to the script function. Once the script function is executed, this function will query the jobs in Job Center, and then it will return an array. As I have shown to you earlier, it will return an array and then an array of jobs, and the array of jobs will be passed to this variable. Okay, and then I want to format this array into a nicer looking string so the user can enjoy the result of the jobs. Okay, let me show you, let me do a demonstration first. Let me close this one. I clear first Python bot.py. All right, okay, let me start it. Let me start the bot again. Please enter your keyword, admin. Now the bot is in search vacancies reply state. It can only understand keyword from the user. So if I pass admin, it will query the job position of admin from job center. So you can see that I have formatted the arrays into a nicer looking string as defined by this particular function, the jobs formatter function, which you can find here. The jobs formatter function takes in the jobs array and then loop the jobs array and then format it into something like this, right? So after it formatted the string, it will return the string, and then the string will be passed back to this variable, and then I will display the string to the user by using this function. Update message reply markdown formatted job string, this one. After it has completed, after it has displayed the job listing to the user, it will ask the bot to return back its state into initial. Okay, After the bot has assumed the state of initial, it can only understand the start command. At this point, the bot is in initial state. So if I say admin, it won't do anything, right? Because it can only understand the start command. Okay, after the user send the start command, the bot will ask you, please enter your keyword. Now, let's say I want to kitchen. I want to find for jobs for kitchen keyword. It will query kitchen and then display to the user. So if any one of you would like to try this at home, maybe you can find this bot in Telegram, JC Brunei bot, and try it on your computer or mobile phone. And then after you found the bot, you can just send the start command. So I'm going to let this bot running so everyone can try it. I think that's about it about the Job Center Brunei bot. So I already explained to you the code. Now I'm going to just give you a simple why Telegram bot is so advantageous. First of all, it's very easy to develop this Telegram bot because we're using Python. Python is very easy to use. Okay, that is also cheap compared to if you want to develop an Android or iOS application. You need to pay Apple $99 every year. You need to pay Google 25 USD just to set up your Google Play account. But for Telegram bot, you don't have to pay anything. It's very cheap, right? And then it is also faster to deploy. Since it is faster to deploy, you just have to run the function and then the bot will be already available in Telegram server. And then it is also scalable. I believe it is scalable because you're leveraging the Telegram server. Telegram server is very large, so it will be able to cater a large amount of user who access your Telegram bot. So I hope everyone's trying the bot at their time, at their best. So the bot is Jesse Birun. So if you try to find this bot in Telegram, you'll be able to find it. All right. Next is some of the example bot that you can develop. So BIBD, if any one of you from BIBD, the BIBD developer, you can integrate your BIBD API and develop your own Telegram bot. So we don't have to use your app. We can use the Telegram to check our balances. It will be convenient. Please BIBD. And then if some of you would like to find a good deal in eBay, you can build your own eBay price. You can also, if you're a football fanatic, you can figure out your football team score by integrating their API or scrap their website and then put into your Telegram bot. You can also compile news like how I scrap website from Bis Brunei and Borneo Bulletin. The script data can also be put into the Telegram bot. And then a very complex example is as a control panel for your custom system. So let's say if you have your own custom system, maybe you have developed an API for your custom system. You could integrate your API into your Telegram bot so you can control your system through this Telegram bot. So I think that's about it. Is there any question?
Great, thank you very much, Anwar. We do have some questions. First, someone would like to ask, how do you try the bot again? They're a bit lost.
What?
Could you repeat again? How can you try the bot? They're a bit lost.
Okay. So first, obviously, you need to have a Telegram account, and then search for JC Brunei bot in Telegram. So you can search for this bot in your Telegram. After you manage to find this Telegram bot, you can send the start command.
Okay. Next question is, are there any plans to extend the bot to use decision tree or fuzzy algorithms?
No, I'm doing this for fun.
But if you have like a conversation and I suppose you can do it. You just
unless if someone pays me to do it, then probably I'm going to explain it.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Plus, it's open source, right? So if you like, anyone can just extend or fork your repository. Okay.
So before that, someone just sent a keyword that is not being available in Job Center. So this is why there's an error in it. So I'm going to run the bot again. Okay. So your next question, please.
Somebody would like to know how can they upload the code to Telegram?
You don't have to upload the code into Telegram. So in this case, I don't upload any code in Telegram. I just have to run the function in my computer machine, right? So my computer has become a server. All right. So before that, I'm going to explain the theory. Skip this one again. Skip this one. I thought out of time. Okay. So to explain the particular person question, okay. So this is the user, this is the Telegram server, this is the bot server. As of now, my machine is the bot server. Okay. So when the user sends a command to the Telegram server, the Telegram server will send a request to my bot server, and then my bot server will instruct Telegram server to send a response to that particular user. So you don't have to upload anything to Telegram. Your code stays in your machine, and then the Telegram server will communicate with your machine. But if you want to have your bot available 24/7, you obviously need to have your own cloud server. For that, you can spin up a droplet from DigitalOcean and then upload your Telegram on DigitalOcean, and then your bot will be running 24/7. I hope that answers your question. So you don't upload your bot in Telegram, you have to run your own server.
Okay. I think the next question is similar. Someone asked, how do you host your bot.py so everyone can use it without asking you to run a function locally? I think you've answered that. And the next question is it possible to, by Kieran, is it possible to deploy this bot to another platform other than Telegram? For example, WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, they don't have any API for the bot as of that I know, that I'm aware of. So I'm not sure if you can deploy this bot into WhatsApp. And then for this particular bot, I'm using, let me open a repository, Python Telegram bot GitHub. Can you see my screen?
No, could you please share?
Okay, let me share first. Sorry. So this is like the GitHub repository, the Python Telegram bot. So it's specifically for Python only, and that it can only be used for Telegram. So you cannot use this library for WhatsApp, for WeChat, or anything. It only strictly for Telegram. Hope that answers your question.
Okay. Somebody would like to know, is there a limit to how much you can scrape?
It actually depends on the particular website, because previously I scrapped a website, then what happened is the website goes down. So it actually depends on that particular website's resources. So if you're aggressive, you try to scrap everything inside the website, if the website cannot handle it, the website will go down. So it actually depends on the website server and also your computer's strength. So if you have low CPU, you probably wouldn't be able to scrap a lot of content in that website.
The question now is, did your IP get banned afterwards?
I forgot. I tried to scrap the ST website because I want to get their plan. So the server they cannot handle it. So I just got, I don't know if I was banned or not. I'm sure I still can access the same website again.
Okay, fair. Got a few more questions. Somebody asked, can you use this code at Visual Basic?
Visual Basic. No.
I assume, can you make a Telegram bot with Visual Basic? Maybe that's the question.
As I mentioned previously, let me share with you my screen again. All right, sorry. So this library is just an abstraction layer for the Telegram bot SDK. So if you're really a hardcore programmer, Telegram bot SDK. So what is it? Telegram bot API? Where is it? Okay, so the Telegram bot API, it actually the lower level on how can you interact with Telegram server. But this particular repository library, so it is a layer on top of this Telegram bot API. So you can easily use the Telegram bot API by using Python. Officially, Telegram supports this API, but to make your life easier as a Python developer, you can use this package. If you're a hardcore programmer, you can use this one. So if you're able to understand REST API, you know how to send a GET request and POST request using Visual Basic, yes, you can develop your own Telegram bot using the Telegram bot API. But you wouldn't be able to use this particular library because it is strictly for Python. I hope that answers your question.
Okay. The next question is, what is the Telegram bot username again?
All right. Okay. Let me tap this one.
Maybe just we'll drop it in the chat.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. JCB Brunei bot.
Okay. And another question is, on WhatsApp business account, there's an automatic reply,
Right.
quote, we will reply as soon as possible, unquote. Is that also like a bot?
I don't know. I never messed with WhatsApp API before, WhatsApp business. So
That's fair.
the question.
Okay. And Shai has another question. For the BIBD bot type, does it require the .py file to be within the network backbone and use a NAT gateway?
The question sounds complicated. Can you like put the question in the chat so I can read it?
Here you go. Oh, excuse me.
All right, bot further is for you to create your own bot. The JC Brunei bot is for you to interact with my bot. For the BIBD bot type, does it require the Pi to be within the network backbone and use a NAT gateway? So it depends on how BIBD structure their architecture. If they have their own REST API, but it can only be accessed through their network, obviously the bot Pi needs to reside within the BIBD network. If the REST API can be accessed anywhere else, they can host the bot Pi in AWS, in DigitalOcean, however they want to structure their bot. Hope that answers your question.
Okay. Another question, how can developers prevent their site from overloading when somebody is scraping? Can we prevent scraping?
So this question is actually beyond the topic, right? So what you can do is you implement a program in your website. If a particular IP send the same request, let's say 60 requests under 1 minute, so 60 or 20 requests under 1 minute, you can block that particular IP address. So you need to know your programming language. You need to be able to detect the IP address. You need to be able to detect that particular IP address accessing the same URL in the short amount of time. If you're able to detect that, you can block this particular website from scraping your website.
All right. Another question. For example, if after I search admin, do I have to type something to close the bot or go back to the initial state?
What? After you type admin?
Yeah, after you search admin, do you have to type something to close the bot or go back to the initial state?
After you type admin, and then the bot will return the list of admin, the bot already returned to the initial state.
Okay, actually, I have a question. What about if the site is lazily loaded? So if so some sites, they try and not show everything in one go to save on data, make it load faster, so they only show a portion of it. Only when you scroll down, then more of the data will come up. So how would you scrape something like that? Otherwise, you only get a portion of the data, right?
Yes, understand. So for this particular, wait, let me share this screen again. So can you see my screen? Right. So let me open this simple example. Okay. Wait. Brunei.py. Okay. So the library that I used to retrieve the HTML content of the website, I use this request. Okay, request file. So basically, it is the same thing as if I send a GET request to Brunei, the bot actually sees this. Where is the patch resource? Okay. The bot actually takes the data from this page resource. So like what Sinjing says, if the web page is a single page application or lazily loaded, some of the tag might not be appearing in this page resource. So if that's the case, you will not be able to scrap the data. For that, I think you need to use some automated software such as, let me Google it first. Python automation. I've used it some previously, but I forgot. But to answer Xinyin question, you cannot use this method, this request library to grab some data from a website that is lazily loaded or a single page application, because the text will not be shown in here unless it is loaded dynamically.
If you use a headless browser, would that work?
Yeah, I forgot the name, headless browser. So what is it? I forgot the name for that.
Like Phantom.js or Puppeteer?
Yeah. Puppeteer. I've used it before, but then I forgot the library name. Uh, Chrome driver. Selenium. Okay. So if you use Python Selenium, instead of it sending a GET request to that particular website, it actually try to automate the website, the interaction, to automate your browser using programmatically. So it will look like a magic. The bot move the mouse around the browser by using Selenium or headless driver, like what headless browser, what like Singing says. You can extract the HTML from the website. But I haven't tried this yet. I only use the request library. That's about it.
Okay, I think that is all the questions. Somebody did ask on the chat what is about Selenium, but would you like to explain what Selenium is?
Selenium is like, okay, let's say if you want to log in a particular website, sometimes you have to enter your username and password again and again. But if you use Selenium, you can automate this process and let the bot enter your username and password automatically for you. You just have to run the bot, and then the bot will, in a way, move your cursor automatically by using the programming that you have defined in your code. So Selenium is just an automation software for you to automate the movement of your browser without you interrupting your browser. I think that's how Selenium works.
All right, thank you very much, Shano. I think that's all the questions. If any of you have more questions for him, feel free to drop it in the chat or on Slido and he could get back to you.
Don't forget to star my repository, all right?
Oh yes. All the slides will be available on the info pack, and so will the repositories as soon as the speakers get back to us on this. So check your info pack. Thank you very much.
For your time, everyone.
Okay, now it's the Kahoot quiz. Back to you, Sheila.
Oh wait, okay, yeah. So I hope you can hear my voice now. Okay, so please key in the pin number of the game. Okay, and also please use your real name as in the Zoom, because it is for identification purposes, and also if you win, you can claim the prize. And I also forgot to inform that you all, if you win the first, second, and the third for this Kahoot, please screenshot your Kahoot and also email to the GDG. So for the email for the GDG is gdg.wtmbrunei@gmail.com. Okay? So I forgot to mention just now. So we wait for other players to join. Oh, okay. It's okay. Oh, Sean, you got the first place. Okay. It's okay. Well, we know you. Okay. Okay. I think we need 3 more players, I think, or 4. Okay. Okay. So we need 2 more players, I think. Oh, sorry. Um, okay. Um, okay. Maybe probably can wait for 1 more minute. Hopefully. I think that's all. Okay. Okay, I think that's all for the players. So we can start the game. So please prepare your mobile and also tablet. We're gonna start the game. Okay. So okay. There's one more player join. Just join. Okay. I think I need to wait 1 more minutes probably. Okay, I think that's all. So I'm gonna start. Okay. So okay, the first questions. Okay. Ready? Okay, the first question. What is the package used to get the content of a website? Mm, so, is it pandas? Oh, okay. Everyone answer correctly. So the answer is doesn't yeah. Everyone answers the yellow one, the beautiful soap for, but the answer is the blue one, request. Okay. So that means none of the participants are the winner. Okay. The next questions. The next questions. What is the package used to extract the elements in the page of the website? I hope you all got this question. Is it Flash, Springboard, Numpy, or Beautiful Soap 4? Okay, so the answer is Beautiful Soap 4. Okay, so most of you got correct answer. So let's see who got the first place. Omar, oh, congratulations. You are the first winner for this Kahoot. And the second one is Kong, and the third one is Constant. Okay, the next question. How do you extract the word job center in the following tags? So this is the tag in front of the screen. So which one is it? Only 8 answers? Okay, so the answer is the yellow one. No one got it right. Why? Maybe they're confused actually. I can see that actually. Okay. The answer is the yellow one actually. So who got the first place? Yes. Okay, Omar still got the first place. So we're gonna go to the next question. To whom should you ask the Telegram bot token? Is it the red one, or the Godfather, or the boat dead, or the boat father? Okay, wow. Okay, so most of you got it correct actually. The answer is the boat father. So only one person got it wrong. So we'll see. Oh, Kong, you got the first place, and followed by Constant and Albert. Okay, the next one. Well, how do you get user response to the bot? Hmm. So is it the red one, the blue one, is it the yellow one, or the green one? So the answer is the red one. Oh, it's like around 50-40%. So the others answered the yellow one. Okay, let's see. Okay, wow. So finally, you are the lead actually. And then the second one is Albert and followed by the Habibah. Okay, the next one, the next question. How do you make the bot send a message respond back to the user? Mm, this one, it's quite confusing actually. Okay, so the answer is the yellow one. Okay, so only 1% correct got it correct actually. Okay, the we will see. Okay, so Fadli still got the first winner. Okay, so the next question. For this particular program, what command is used to run the boat? So is it the red, is it the blue one, or the yellow one, or the green one? Okay. Okay. I see. The correct answer is the green one actually, the pythonbot.py. So most you answered the blue one. So let's see if there's a change of position. Oh, okay. So Albert got the first one, the first for the Kahoot, and followed by Shu'ab. Okay. Next one, the next question. What Python version is required to run this bot? Is it Python 3.8, Python 2.8, Python 1.8, and the last one is Python 3.0? The answer is the Python 3.8, not Python 3.0. Yeah, it's the latest one actually. Um, see who got the first place. Oh, okay, Albert got the first place, and the second one is Habiba, and the third place is Constant. Okay, the next one, the next question, question number 9. How do you install the project dependencies? So is it the pip install, is it the npm install, or the pip np install, or the python install? Just a guess. The answer is the yellow one actually, the pimpin and install. So only one got it correct. Okay. So I understand pimp usually use it actually. So but still the lead actually. Okay. So the last one, the last question. Which of the following arguments are used to configure the scenario where the bot is waiting for response from user? So is it the entry points, states, fallbacks, or dispatch? Take a guess. The answer is the blue one, the states. Okay. So here goes nothing. The winners for the Kahoot is for the third place is Fadli. Oh, got the third place. Just now you got the first place. The second one is Constant, and the first winner is goes to Habiba. So congratulations for the first, second, and third. Please screenshot your Kahoot and email to gdg.wtm brunei@gmail.com. Okay. So I will hand it over to Shing again for the next speakers. Okay.
Thanks, Sheila. So if you haven't won yet, don't worry, you still have one more chance. Our final talk of the day is by Mohammad Hafiz bin Mohammad Bekari. Hafiz is a backend programmer from Brunei Corporation, and he conducts pen testing on websites to find common vulnerabilities. And his talk will be on security in web development. Welcome, Hafiz.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see my screen clearly?
Yep.
Okay. So Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. For this session, I'm going to talk about security in web development. Um, wait. Uh, this talk is more about top vulnerability. So you are going to learn into hacking to vulnerable web application using common exploitation like SQL injection and cross-site scripting. The idea of this talk is after you do it by yourself to compromise the vulnerabilities, and you'll see how easy it is for attacker or hacker do such as activity. A little bit brief about myself. My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Muhammad Bakri. I'm a student from the IBTE Sultan Bulkiah campus, Kuala Belait. Currently, I'm taking the HN Tech Information and Technology course. So as you all expected that I'll be talking about network and security. The reason as to why I pick security in web development as my interest because I've been through an experience in network and security, and it has been 5 years since 2015, but it is a great experience. I'm also working on related and upcoming project that is wireless camera by using Telegram bot, information sharing using augmented reality, and face detection analyze device. So I'm interested in area like network and security, Internet of Things, cloud computing, augmented reality, machine learning, and data analytics. The agenda about my session is to identify different type of application vulnerability, a simple demo that I will show about web application vulnerability and how to protect your web application from the vulnerability and giving the new web developer awareness about the vulnerability. So for the demo, I will gonna use virtual lab testing. It is DVWA. It's called Dem Vulnerable Web App. So if you wanna try to learn or test your skill, you can download it. If you using a Windows, if you're using Windows, you can install it also, or if you Linux, you can install it. I will show the link after this presentation. So this is a web application vulnerability report uh, from 2019 and until 2020. So there's a 9 different types of vulnerability that reported since last year. So, so the most common vulnerability that reported is cross-site requests, vulnerable JavaScript libraries, and cross-site scripting vulnerability. I'm sorry for the it's called cross-site request forgery. So this is the top vulnerability on web application. There's more, but I'm only take 4 of these because this is the common thing that found in web application. First one is SQL injection. Second one is cross-site scripting. The third is insecure direct object reference, and the fourth is OS command injection. So cross-site scripting, it is a widespread vulnerability that affects many web applications. This vulnerability will permit an attacker to inject HTML or JavaScript code. The code will be executed in the uh, victim browser. So the first one is the example. The first image is the example JavaScript code that used to pop up a message on your browser. And uh, the second one is also the JavaScript code, but this code will steal your cookie from your browser. Um, okay. I'm sorry. For the first image, usually this is the first image. Usually this is the common way to identify the uh, cross-site scripting vulnerability that been used mostly. So there's other JavaScript code can be used. So the behind scene of cross-site scripting. Let's example that you create a page and then it pass the name agreement. This one, uh, name Gojek. Then inside the JavaScript code, it look like this. So the JavaScript code take the parameter, name parameter, and then put it here. So inside the JavaScript, inside the HTML, it will be like this. It have div tag, and then on your browser, it render the HTML code, then become like this. There's no div tag again. So what happened when the hacker or attacker put this highlighted string? So we can see here is JavaScript code, but the function here is to redirect your browser into the site here. So if this link is execute your in your browser, it will redirect your browser to this site. So it depends. I mean, this site depends on the attacker. What will this site do? Like, it will exploit the. I mean, it will exploit your browser, then install the malware inside your computer if your browser is outdated. There's 3 types of cross-site scripting. The first one is reflected. The second one is DOM-based cross-site scripting. The third one is stored cross-site scripting. But I'm going to explain both of these, reflected and stored. DOM is the same, but the vulnerability will not appear in your browser. And it only show in, you can see it on the runtime, or you can investigate it by the DOM of the page. So reflected cross-site scripting. can allow the attacker to execute HTML and JavaScript code in the victim's browser, but the victims will need to interact with the malicious link sent by attacker. So by example, this attacker it need to convince the victim to uh, to click the link. Imagine like this is a trusted web social media web that but it contain the cross-scripting vulnerability. So the attacker found the vulnerability and it put links like this on the parameter and then ask the victim to click it. So whenever the victim will click it and the browser they click the link and redirect to the vulnerable site, the browser will execute the JavaScript code and embed the JavaScript the another JavaScript from the maybe from the attacker server. So the store cross-site scripting. It has the same way to detect the vulnerability like reflected, but the payload will be stored in the database. So this is the example animation how it goes. Uh, the attacker just need to find vulnerability in the social media. That's an example. And then when the maybe the attacker found inside the comment field. So he found the vulnerability and the attacker inject the code and into the server. The server has responsibility to store the data, the comment data, but the comment data is containing the JavaScript code from the attacker. Whenever the victim stumble to the comment vulnerable comment page, uh, the server will fetch the data from the database and then it passed to the victim. So the page will containing the JavaScript code, and the victim browser will execute the JavaScript code, and maybe it's still the cookie, and then send the victim cookie to the attacker server. So the attacker server can pass to the attacker, then the attacker can use that cookie to access the victim personal information from using the cookie. Okay, so I'm going to show how it works. Okay, here I'm using the DVWA for the demo. DVWA is there's a lot of example the vulnerability here. You can try, you can learn it, and yeah, you can try and learn it. So DVWA have function that to change the security level. Example, low, it has no security measure at all. For medium is for the best security practicing. For high, it's for harder or alternative bad practice. Uh, it's similar to capture the flag. For impossible, it is to against all vulnerability. Maybe you want to know how to keep your uh, web application from some vulnerabilities. So you can see the source code, the example source code. So I'm going to set the low security level just for the demo. First, we're going to the reflected. So this is the cross-site scripting reflected page, and you can see there's input box and there's a submit button, and it's asking for your name. So you can type anything there. Maybe you can I'll just type my name and then just click submit. The server give the reply with my name. Okay, so what you can see here, if you want to know if this page is vulnerable to maybe, I mean, if you want to know this page is vulnerable to the cross scripting, uh, you can try using the basic JavaScript code to pop up a message. Okay, so you can see here it pop up with cross-site scripting uh, message, and there, and what happened here when you submit this script and then you submit to the server, and the server replied with this code, with the JavaScript code that you send from your browser and execute by your browser. So it just bounce back to you. So it, reflected cross-site scripting is also known as client-based attack. So we're going to the store cross-site scripting page. Here's the example store cross-site scripting page. And this is just a simple page. You can type your name and then you can type any message you want. Uh, okay, but you want to know if this server, I mean, if this web application is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. So same way like reflected. We use just simple JavaScript pop-up message. Okay, there we go. We got the pop-up. Um, but how do we know? Okay, we already know that this web application is vulnerable to cross-site scripting, but how do we know both of these? This one is reflected and this one is store. Okay. Um, to find out, you to find out if this page is vulnerable to cross-site scripting, store cross-site scripting. We can go to another page, example home, and then you can go back to the cross-site scripting store. There we got the pop-up. Even though we didn't do anything, we just go back to this link because this data that we just typed, we send it to the server and the server store inside the uh, database. And when we go back here, it will fetch it and show it to this page. Same like same as like the example that I give on the slide. So the reflected vulnerability, you can like example like this. You can try with basic first. Then okay, we found the web application is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. But how do we know this reflected? So same as the store, we go another from another page and then go back. There's nothing happen. That's mean it just the reflected cross-site scripting. Okay, so I am going to show another demo. How the attacker can steal your cookies. I create a simple script here to get the cookie, my cookie from the browser. So here the script that I create. So just a simple script, Python script. Okay, so the example pilot is here. Mm, so this is the example JavaScript code. What it do here first, it show the document location. So it will redirect my browser into the local host that I listen using the the script that I create, and then it gives like it gives this destination page and the parameter. So with my cookie, this will be my cookie that will be taken by this script. Okay, I'm going to submit this. You can see here that I got the cookie. So this cookie will be useful because I can access anything in just in this web application, not the other, but I can access anything like my maybe this your victim maybe this victim that I can access the victim information or password, email, anything that inside the server. Okay, we move to presentation. So how to prevent the cross-site scripting using the output encoding, input validation, input sanitization, and if you're using PHP, there's a function. It is HTML special character. So the next one is SQL injection. It is insertion or injection of a SQL query via the input data from the client to the application. So you inject a query inside the query like that. Uh, a successful SQL injection exploit can read sensitive data from the database. Not just that, you it can modify the database data, like insert the database, the data, update the data, or delete the data. To it can also execute administration operation on the database. Also, it can issue a comments to the operating system. Okay, this is an example, but I'm going to show the demo. Mm, we go to the SQL injection page. So this is the SQL injection page. Um, so you can see here there's an input. There's asking for user ID and submit button. So what this page do is it just when you put one here, it will show the owner of the ID is admin. The second one is Golden. You just get the first name and the last name. The third one is Hack. Fourth one is Pablo Picasso. So how do we identify if this page or application is vulnerable to the SQL injection? So using the common way to basic way to know if this page is vulnerable, I use a first repeat character, and then you can submit it. There we got an error. So this is a SQL error, but for me it is a SQL injection vulnerability that inside the web application. So what it look like when you see in the query like this. So when you see here, this is a ID variable, and when you put one inside the ID, and then it will become like this. So when the query check, when the query, when the SQL query check this query command, um, whoever the owner of this ID, number one, it will select the first name and the last name of this ID, and it will show like this. Just like I showed before. And if you put two here, it become another user, the owner. Okay, so we put one, and then we next to the one is apostrophe character. So it become like this. Actually, it's a like full uh, SQL query, but we have an extra here that cause the error. So the error like this that I showed before. It is a SQL error, and to make the SQL injection uh, work, you okay. You can see here how to make it. Uh, I mean, you can pull everything from the database using this by using the to inject this into query. So you can see here we just pull everything from the database, but it's only select the first name and the last name only. But if it contain the password, it will also show everything. But this is just inject into the simple string into the query. So what it does, so I'm going to explain how it works again. So you you just inject the uh, this string here, the query, the string into the query, and it become a full SQL query here, but with the OR operator. So that's what I said. If the user owner is one and this is one, it become true. But if it two here and one, it become false. So when you inject this one, the string using OR operator, so every time the user like three and one is false, but there's OR here, OR operator, and then there's equal operator and one equal to one. So everyone know one equal to one is true. So the the SQL query will say it's true. So the query will give the server the first name and the last name of the user, even though the user is not equal to one. So it just give because this one is true. So I just give it to the server, and it become this result. So that's how SQL injection work. There's a lot of there's a lot of ways not just to pull everything from the database. So the dangerous about SQL injection that if the attacker found it in your web application, the attacker could uh, steal the database information, your maybe your client password, email, address, or maybe your table content, a database table content the like uh, a card, a credit card, and yeah, that's what I can do. I also can execute the operating command shell to prevent from SQL injection. Uh, to parameterize the statement, object relational mapping, escaping input, and sanitizing the inputs. So the conclusion for this talk is to raise awareness, not just for uh, not just for us, also our family, and also for the new web developer out there. The second one is for protection, to protect your web application from the vulnerability, but I only can show you two vulnerability and the demo. I can I can show others because there's a lot of time. I mean, there's not much time, and the protection is for your web application, for your client, and for yourself also, and it's also for education. So you can learn this vulnerability everywhere on the internet. You can follow the tutorial, or you can try it the CTF that been there's a lot of CTF there, and yeah, you can try. You can install the web app application, the vulnerable one like mine. There's also another one is OWeb's web god. You can use that. There's a lot of information there too, and that's it. So any question?
Great, thank you very much, Hafiz, for the very interesting talk, and the demos are great. I would like to ask, actually, while we're waiting for the questions to come in, is it possible to get the links that you mentioned earlier for
Yeah.
some suggestions?
Yeah. Wait. Mm, just send it on the the chat.
Yeah, you could do that. You can also drop it. Maybe you can add it to the end of your slides, and then we can add it to the info pack. All the slides for all the speakers today will be in the info pack soon.
So the first link is for Linux, and the second one is for Windows. So you can install it in Windows or install it on your B you want to use it on Linux.
Okay. We have some questions coming in. The first one is, what are other web vulnerabilities that can happen other than what is shown in your slides?
I'm sorry, can you
Could you
say
give
again?
other examples of web or vulnerabilities that can happen besides the ones that you've already talked about?
Like operating system command injection or OS command injection. What is it? File file upload or something like access control or broken authentication.
Could you briefly describe what they are? Maybe in 1 2 sentences.
Like operating system command OS command injection is if your website how is it, or if you're using the website I'm sorry. uh OS command injection is like it's to execute the command, I mean to bypass the security, then you execute the command on the web application and execute it inside the system, so you can control over the system.
Okay.
Not
So
sure
the
I
code
can
is supposed
explain
to,
it.
so the code is supposed to stay in the browser, but somehow it gets into the operating system.
Yeah, but there's a security for not to get, but if someone's bypass, it can cause the operating system command injection.
I see. Okay. Next question is, so for the cross-site scripting, what is input validation?
I haven't read much about that part. But I just only read a little bit about input validation. It just to filter the bad, like like a script. I mean the script tag, the JavaScript, and then something like that. Just filter the bad, like a code punya the code tag.
Okay, like just sanitizing it,
Yeah.
removing all the bad tags. Okay. Another question is, in SQL injection, after typing one apostrophe equals error, does that mean it's secure or not? Should I just paste that in a chat, because this is a bit hard to read. Give me a second.
Just the chat here.
Here, this is the question. We also have another question they're asking for the link for Mac.
In SQL injection of the typing code. error, does this mean it's secure or not? I don't think it's secure. Let's try it. I mean, it will give an error. Right? Yeah, still an error. There's no secure.
Okay. Next question is by Shai. Server side, will these penetration prevention be mostly done by installing a server AV, such as Immunify AV or WhatsApp Go?
Uh, maybe, but maybe there's a way to bypass it, or maybe can there's cannot be bypassed. Depends on the server antivirus AV, how good they are. I mean, how good the software is to prevent the attack. Yeah,
Okay, for those who don't know, could you just mention what AV is?
antivirus.
Okay. And we've got a question from Kieran. What is your recommendation to strengthen web application? PHP, for example, is often being attacked by SQL injection method.
I don't know about that recommendation, but input validation seems to filter the input from getting, or yeah, using the WAF. Is it WAF? I want to search it. Yeah, web application firewall. It prevent the SQL injection from happening. Yeah, using the web application firewall.
And I guess
Oh,
any,
but this one, his question is about the inside PHP.
I think they mentioned PHP, for example.
Yeah.
Is this an example of some language that
So
SQL injection problems? Probably most languages will have this
I'm
problem.
not, I'm not good in PHP, but always to sanitize the input or validate the input.
Okay. I think that is all the questions. So if you have more questions for Hafiz, just feel free to drop in a chat and he'll get back to you. So thank you very much, Hafiz, for the lovely
Okay.
talk. And we will go to Sheila for the Kahoot, then followed by Ida for the closing remarks. Thank you.
Okay. So this is our last Kahoot session for afternoon. Let me lower it down the sound. So again, so this is our last Kahoot session for afternoon. So please key in the pin number for this game, for this Kahoot game. The number is 194091. So again, please use your real name, same as in Zoom, because if you are the winner, you can claim your prize. need more 2 players, I think. So we wait for another 2 minutes, I think. So, okay, there are 11 players already. So I think that's all. Maybe probably can wait 1 more minute, I think. Let's see. Okay, so I think we can start the game. So, okay. Okay, so it's about security in web development. So for the first question, what is DVWA mean? So if you focus in the of the speakers, so we will able to answer this. So is it the damn vulnerable web data or database? The answer is the right one, the damn vulnerable web app. Okay, yes, congratulations you all. Most of you got it correct except 2%. So the next one, let's see who are got the first winner. Oh, Kong. So Kong, you got the first place. So the next question. One of the top vulnerabilities from the slide is it the OS command injection, the phishing and the spear phishing attacks, or unvalidated redirects and forwards, or the broke authentication and session management? The answer is the broke authentication and the session management. So most of you got maybe confused with the answers. Okay, let's see who got the first place. Oh, Hamiza Omar, you got the first place. Maybe you will get the second time for this Kahoot. Let's see. Question 3. What is the XSS stand for? Cross-system script or the cross-site scripting, the cross-site script or the cross-script setting? So the answer is the blue one, the cross-site scripting. Let's see who got the first place. Oh, Hamida, you still got the first place. And Suha and Fali try to catch up. Okay, so the next questions. What store XSS mean? Is it still cookies? Or is it for persistent in the web application? Or is it vulnerabilities in the command section? Or is it just client-based attack? Okay, the answer is the blue one, which is actually for persistent in the web application. Or it actually doesn't use for still cookies actually. So who are got the first place? Oh, Suhail. Oh, okay, from the fourth place to the for the first to get the first place. Okay, so the next one, the fifth question: what the SQL the injection can do? Is it still cookie? Or redirect victim to the bad website? Or is it still data from database or invented the malicious JavaScript? Okay, so it's a 50-50. So a few of you answer the yellow one and answer the green one. So the answer is supposed to be the steal data from database. So Suhail, you still in the top one, and Fadli try to catch up for this Question number 5. Yes. Another one is question number 6. What is DOM? DOM. So is it document option model, digital object model, document object model, or data oriented model? So the answer is the document object model. Let's see. Oh, Kong. Okay, you're trying to catch up also. Okay, next one. Question number 7. What is XML? So is it external markup language? Is it cross markup language? The X markup language or the cross machine learning? It sounds familiar. So the answer is extensible markup language. Is not the cross markup language. So I think people confused with cross and also the extensible markup language. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the let's see who got the first place. Oh, Hamis Omar. Oh, you're trying to catch up. Maybe you okay. And then so I got the second place and Kong got the third place. Okay, question number 8. What is SQL? Is it structured query language, system query language, or secure query language, or the slow query language? So, okay, it's the structured query language. It's something that we all familiar actually. So let's see. Is there any change? Oh, Kong, you got the second place. Okay, the next one. Question 9. So how many reports web application vulnerabilities from the slide? How many? I don't remember actually also. Is it 7, 5, 9, or 3? If you remember the demo, probably you can answer the question. So the answer is 9. Okay. Let's see. Oh, cool! You got the first place, and Kat also got the third place, and Hamiza, you got the second place. Okay. So the last question. What OS injection does? So is it to execute the system command, or inject the system command, or inject the query, or inject the JavaScript? Something that already mentioned actually. So the answer is the red one. It's actually to execute the system command. Probably people are confused with the other OSD. Okay, let's see who are the winner for this Kahoot, the last Kahoot. So the third place goes to Kat. Okay. And the second winner goes to Hamizawar. You got the Kahoot quiz. And the first place goes to Kong. Congratulations. So please screenshot your Kahoot and email it to the GDG email, gdg.wtmbrunei@gmail.com. And also please stay until the end because Ida will announce something at the end of this event. Okay? So thank you for participate the Kahoot quiz. Okay.
Hey everyone, so thank you for staying until the end, or if you just came in. So basically that's the end of our Web Dev Live event. But before we end this, I'm just gonna share my screen now to share a few announcements. So first of all, again, thank you, but we are not done. Please, you can go to our go to the link if you want to rewatch some of the talk again. and it can be found inside the info pack. So there will be 2 links, one for the morning session and another one for the afternoon session. You can as well, feel free to, of course, share it around. And then for the speaker slides, you can also find the links in the info pack. So I'm not sure if all of them have been updated, but you can check. If it hasn't, we will be updating it by the end of today. And then, of course, for the quiz winners, so we will be giving prizes for the first, second, and third place. Don't forget to send us your screenshot to gdg.womantechmakersbrunei@gmail.com. But if you forgot to screenshot, it's okay. We do have the proof, as long as, it kind of like, we can verify it with your real name, because that's the reason why we told you to sign up using your real name. So just email us. And yeah, so for second and third prizes. We also have a feedback form. Please do send us some feedbacks. And once you do, we will actually send you your certificate for attending web.dev live. So it's okay if you only attended one talk or you sit through the whole day. We actually got all your credentials, so we will be able to send your certificate to your email. So do send us the feedback, because overall we're still learning how to accommodate to the community, how to create better events, and how to do everything better, improve everything. So if you want to take a while to just scan that, you can do that now. It's just a few questions. It's just a one-pager. Okay, you can also get this. We will also send this to you via our post-event email, so please do give us some feedback again. So I just want to talk about our next upcoming event. It's called Cloud Next Extended. So Cloud Next Extended is basically focused on cloud technology. So like Google Cloud Platforms and other cloud technology. Yeah, I can't really name because I am not, haven't explored cloud a lot. So that's the only one I think I know, but yeah. So the reason why we want to have this survey is because, even for web.dev live event, we actually planned it within this month as well, earlier this month. And it was a bit like, we really want to cater to our own community. We don't want to put up a topic that not a lot of people are interested, or no one is interested in, or we don't know whether a lot of people are beginners or are they more advanced, or which level they are, which technology they want to use, which technology they want to learn or share about. So we do want to know who our target audience are. So if you can please fill in the survey and help us figure out how we're going to organize our next cloud event. So yeah, please scan that. Some of the questions, even if you're not a cloud user, but you're interested in getting into one, then maybe you can research about it a little bit and then give us your answers. And for those people who are in cloud technology, we have another form for you, which is the call for proposals form. So we are also looking for speakers to talk about basically cloud technology or anything relevant to that, and share your knowledge and experience. Yeah, so basically that's that. Or if you know someone who is in cloud, please do share this link with them. So when to expect this event? It'll be sometime in September. We're still not sure when, but in this next month, we might be, I'm not sure yet, but has anyone ever heard of Cloud Hero? Let me just, oops. Or is this just the solutions?
The link is a bit hard to find. You need to go to Cloud on Air and then fiddle around.
Okay.
But essentially, it's like Quick Labs. I'll look for the link.
Okay, thanks, Sunying. Yeah, because I should have opened the link just now because I'm bad at explaining things. Yeah, so basically, it's like I would say it's like a game where you need to do some like quick labs or code labs. Basically, you're learning as you're playing, and then in the end, you get like badges to showcase maybe in your LinkedIn, or basically show off to your friends like, oh, I completed the whole code lab and I learned these things about cloud. And you might even go off to doing your own innovative projects, and you can share them as well with the community. So we'll just wait for Singing to share that. But at the same time, yeah, so I also want to introduce about our new platform. So for the GDG community all over the world, they've created this new platform because usually we use Meetup for all our events, but now we are sort of like moving to gdgcommunity.dev. So you can even check out other GDG chapters in this platform as well. So if you can please join the GDG community dev, so you can just go to that link and then just click join, and then you can create a profile and all that. This platform is great because it's got some really cool features that we want to implement in our events. So one of them is that we can, it's kind of like, I think Meetup also has the same, but I don't know why we never use it. Or like, what's this other app called? Eventbrite. You know how you can just scan to enter an event. So I think it's via QR code as well. So basically, like we will have the event. So our registration and all that will be much more smoother. And because usually we need to get a lot of volunteers for our events, and it's quite yeah, there's quite a queue when we want to register people into the event. So it's better if we can just scan them quickly, and then, yeah. So that's one of the events, and that's one of the feature. What else was the feature? Hold on, let me just check.
Do you
So-
mind if I share the Cloud Hero? I might
Yes.
need to screencast it because
Okay.
you need to log in.
All right, go on.
Right, so this is Cloud Hero. Essentially, it's currently Cloud Next, which is Google's annual cloud computing event, which Cloud Next Extended is based off. And Cloud Next this year, due to the situation now, is currently completely online, and we have 9 weeks of webinars, talks by industry experts, Googlers, DevRel people. And aside from the talks, they also have study jams. So if you're familiar with the study jams, they are essentially workshops where you get to actually use the real tools that industry experts use to build applications in the cloud. So Cloud Hero is essentially that every week there will be different labs, different workshops, which follows the theme. So in week 1, it was industry. This week it's collaboration and productivity. So that's for users of G Suite. So if you are interested in this particular week's games, you just have to register, and they'll give you a free code to play around with the tools. So it's a very hands-on workshop. So if you're interested, you can look into it. There are 9 weeks of this. So we have infrastructure, security, data analytics, data management and databases, application modernization, cloud AI, and business application platform. We are planning on having Cloud Hero sessions maybe next month. So if you're interested in any of the particular week ones, and you would like us to hold an event based on that week, please fill out the survey that Ida has mentioned. There is a question there where you can tick which ones you want to do, and we can see what we can do. Back to you, Ida.
Okay, thank you, Singing. So yeah, that's quite interesting actually. Yeah, we still can't confirm any of the events that's going to happen because we still need to check in with Google Google developer group regional managers. Basically, like we need to ask whether it's okay for us to do offline events, because I don't know, like if you and our audience prefer like online or offline, so maybe you can mention that as well inside the survey, because personally a lot of speakers and audience say that the reason why we do mostly talks online, because it's really hard for us to do like workshops, because usually I remember when we do workshops we tend to get a few facilitators and people can just call them in personally to just like if they have any problems with their PC or something. I mean, if like the environment is not compatible with whatever workshop we're doing or something, then we can easily fix it, you know, there. So yeah, I think that's it for our event today. So that's the end of it, but feel free to network together. So you can just unmute and then just talk for a while. I think, what time are we ending the session, Sinying?
Should be about 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30 we'll be closing the Zoom. Yeah, thank you, Ying. Yeah, so we'll be closing the Zoom, what do you call it, Zoom call at 5:30. So feel free to just unmute, and if you wanna start your video, you can just chat up with some people. Yeah, just tell us maybe what you do and how you find. Maybe give us like feedbacks now, even for the speakers or for the event organizers. And also, like most of our speakers are actually first-time speakers. Are all of them first-time speakers for GDG events? I think they are, right?
You are not?
Yes.
I mean, not excluding me, but like Mehdi, Shahnor,
Maybe, yeah.
Azizi, Hafiz. I don't think the others from the morning sessions are here, but yeah, so it was all their first time session. So before any events, we usually post up our call for proposal forms where you can just fill in and tell us what you want to talk about. And yeah, we're usually quite open. And then if it's a topic that we can maybe improve, then maybe we can talk to you and guide you through the, how presentation process and all that. You don't have to be so shy, because I think you have to understand it's a community driven group. So it has to come from the community, right? We're doing this for the community, by the community. I mean, it's good to know that I see a lot of familiar names here as well. I see Kong. Hi, Kong. I see. Hi, Albert.
For the future event, will it be hosted in physical or in Zoom meeting again?
We're hoping for it to be offline, or maybe it can be a hybrid, like both offline and online. Maybe if we have like, because usually we do bring in some international experts to come in, like a Google developer expert as well. But then due to the COVID situation, we can't really do that, but maybe we can somehow do it online and then have like an offline audience. I don't know if you get what that means, like projecting, like an online call with the whole audience or something.
We're looking to get international speakers for Cloud Next, I would say.
And it'll probably be like a multi-day event, because I don't know how you guys feel if you have to stay online for like 3 hours, like 2 to 5, right? In front of the PC for that whole time. So maybe with the multi-day, maybe we can like have breaks after. Maybe it's just a morning session and the next day is an afternoon session, something like that. Because basically like we're kind of here for the whole day today, like from 9 until 5 today. Okay, Shai shared that she would like to have study groups on Google Cloud certifications. Yeah, actually, there's actually a lot. And most of them are free, I think. I think even before, for Google Cloud certifications, the one that was free, what was it, Singing? The last one? that you told us was free?
It was, I think it's free for a certain period of time, but most of them you have to start paying like $49 US dollars per month after the free trial is over, which is, the free trial takes about 7 days if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
There was
But yeah, I think you've done quite a few of them as well, right?
I've done quick labs and some courses, but I've not sat for certification yet.
Oh, okay. Quick Labs is free.
Quick Labs is
wait,
free
no.
if you know where to get the codes. They often give free codes.
Yeah.
So just be on the lookout. There is currently one
Sorry,
code
Code Labs are free.
Quick Labs. They have some free 1 month subscriptions. There is one, but I can't remember the code now.
There is a new one now for the coupon.
That was like a month ago. I feel like they haven't taken it down yet, but I need to look it up. Hang on.
If anyone knows, you can just share it in the chat.
So Quick Labs is highly useful when you are learning how to use GCP, because they let you use the actual web consoles, and you get to spin up actual instances and try out how to use it. And they have step-by-step exercises, so you can go through them one by one, and they're quite easy to follow. Learn about data analytics, databases, how to spin up instances, how to run serverless computing, things like that. I think study group was something that we talked about, but we do not have the manpower to run it alongside other events. So if people are interested in holding study groups, maybe not just for cloud certification, but just other things in machine
general,
learning. Yeah. So feel free to talk to us. Maybe we could help spread the word and help you organize something.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to introduce themselves? Oracle. Oh, for the certifications, you do have to pay to sit for certifications. You sit, they'll give you 3 tries or something, 2 tries, I can't remember. But depending on the certification, it costs slightly different. So the the associate's engineer cert was like 150 or something. Then the professional ones are like 200. I can't remember. But a few of them are now available online, as in you can take the tests online. So if you want to get proper certification for your knowledge, you can. Now is a good time to do it. Otherwise, you have to fly to Singapore to actually sit in a room and do all the multiple choices. Yeah, Proctor, that's it. Yeah, I meant to join Brunei Speakers Club, and then I got busy with GDG. That's why.
For those not busy on Tuesday afternoon, you can join to our Brunei Speakers Club.
I did join for a bit. Did I see you there? I was there for like 3 weeks. Last year? I don't remember.
Last year, I don't remember.
Sorry?
Probably last 2 years.
Yeah, I was there within last 2 years. I can't remember, for like 3 weeks, and then I was thinking of seriously joining it. And then what happened was, GDG happened, and I got busy with this. I meant to go back there.
Tuesday evening, everyone. Tuesday evening, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, I went. It was really fun. I highly recommend anybody who is interested in learning how to public speak to go there, because they make you, they do push you, and they give very good constructive criticism when they do. And there's a lot of spontaneous talk as well, which I really enjoyed. You have to make up things on the fly. So it really trains your thinking skills.
That's about it. And follow our company Instagram as well.
When is the session again?
What?
When is the session for the Brunei Speaker Club again?
Every Tuesday evening, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m.
It's like near Maktab Duli. Can't remember what that place is called.
Since the COVID is our institution, we will be having physical meetings.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Albert, yeah.
So curious, like, is there anything preventing people from spamming the JCB website if they spam your bot?
What?
If someone spams your bot, doesn't that mean that the job center website will get spammed
Of
with
course.
so much extra queries?
So I was planning to implement the wisdom caching. So if the keyword is already been searched today, so I wouldn't have to query from job center. That's the idea.
Yeah, no worries, just wondering.
I hope you guys are not lost because I feel like I spoke too fast during my tutorial.
Well, everything is recorded, so they can just play it on YouTube at 0.5.
Because I finished like below the time required.
It worked out. That's it.
Yeah.
All right,
By the way, guys, speaking of job center, I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to sort of like shed some light on some things that I feel is or can be a problem in Brunei, especially with tech employment. If you guys notice, I think even Shahnur mentioned this. I forgot what you were pointing out just now, but you said you were searching for like a programmer job. So I was looking through job descriptions in Job Center, right?